September 17th, 2014. This is Frida. I'm really frustrated today. I'm having a pretty good day as far as beautiful weather and quiet and reading. I've been reading a book by Dinesh D'Souza, America. Last week on September 11th, as you know, I went to DC to join the 2 Million Bikers to DC rally, which was designed, it's an annual event to honor the victims of 9/11 as well as the heroes that did what they could. It's not an event to establish who did it or how it happened. It's simply like a memorial service of sorts. And it was originally put together because at one time they were calling for a 1 million Muslim march on DC on September 11th. And it was basically to rub 9/11 in our faces. So a couple of people decided that no, they weren't going to do that. And so if they wanted to have 1 million Muslims march to shove it in our face, then we would have 2 million bikers. We'd have two for their every one. Now, of course, the 1 million Muslim march equates to about 100 people, and the 2 million bikers to DC equates to about 1,000 bikers. Maybe more than that. I'm not sure exactly. I do have a lot of footage of a lot of bikers. They don't converge all in one spot at one time. And it was so hot that day, literally out there in the middle of the mall. I mean, I was baking. I was baking like a potato in a hot oven. That sun was unrelenting. And so a lot of the bikers were on the edges of the mall, underneath the trees in the shade, and many of them left after they heard speak, whoever was there to speak. But there are so many of us, those that are able to attend these things and those that aren't, those that attend everything and those that attend something here and there now and then. But regardless, in the hearts and minds of, I would say 90% of the people I talk to, change is desired in this nation. No, the change, it's desired for the change to be stopped. There's a desire to revert back to our Constitution and in the Fed, get the bankers out of our lives, put them back in their place, put the bankers back where they're supposed to be. Stop the corporations from running our votes. And stop this machine that is designed to destroy America the way that we knew it. And when I say the way that we knew it, I don't mean 4 years ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago. I mean 50, 70, 80 years ago. No, 200 years ago. Yeah. So I see a pocket of people here, and I see a pocket of people here, and a pocket of people there, and one individual over here, and here I am. I just want my revolution, you know. I don't care if I like you. I don't care if we would get along personally. I want to know, you know, what your intentions are for my nation. And that's what I base the decision on if I'm going to stand next to you in a march or a rally. Because ultimately, we're never all going to get along on personal levels, but if we agree on the fact that this government's gotten too big and out of control, that our tax dollars are being spent irresponsibly and against our wishes, if we agree that the corporations and the banks have gone sideways and are now responsible for our votes, and if we know that the elections have been set up, dead people voting 3 times, why can't we stand together on these issues? There's a lot of infighting in the patriot community, and frankly, it disgusts the shit out of me. I'm seeing the progression of the downfall of this country to a point where it's fixing to get to a point where, the point of no return. The point of no return is, you take off on an airplane across the ocean, and there's a point where it's too far to turn around and go back. You're in a black space. If you ran out of gas or had mechanical failure, you can't get to point A or point B either way. So it's the point of no return. You have to keep going forward. We're getting to that point of no return where if we hit that point, and I'm not talking decades from now, I'm talking days, weeks from now, we won't be able to get it back. There's a large collective of people in this country and around the world who think that that's what needs to happen. They think that we need change. In this progressive direction. They hear stories, romance stories, fairy tale stories of other countries, and kind of like Hollywood, in their eyes, they don't understand that the entire reason why they're able to have the opinions that they have and the desires that they have is because America is America. And when she's lost, China, here in the next less than 10 years, will beat us out economically. They'll be the largest economic producer while we're the largest debtor in the world. We're no longer producing men of honor and passion, heroes. We're producing football players who cry in their locker because they were bullied. I can't even watch sports anymore lightheartedly. I'm so disgusted by them all. I'm disgusted when I'm at work and I'm talking to, and it's been half a dozen times at least, specifically a Marine who was just 2 years away from full retirement, and then was told last minute, thanks, but we don't really need you that long. We're going to send you home with a fraction of the benefits that you have spent your entire life to earn. I'm tired of talking to families who, they're one-income families, because the one person who lost a job when a plant shut down has been looking for work for 9 months, and they're, considered overqualified for certain jobs and underqualified for jobs that there's way too many people applying for, and then turning on the news and they tell me that it's all okay, I'm getting better. Fuck you. I'm watching stories of children being sent home from school for wearing an Old Navy t-shirt with a flag on it because it's offensive to people from other countries. No, it's not, and if it is, then they need to go back. Why are they here? this border situation, you know, at my heart, I'm a bit of a liberal. I would love to say peace, light, and love, come one, come all. I would love to. But the reality of the situation, there are many people that want to see you dead and see me dead. And we have people that are desperate, dedicated, but desperate for help to stop this influx of insurgents. That's what I'm going to call them. They're not illegal children. Most of these people that I have seen coming across the border of late are adults. I don't know where our pride is anymore. I don't know. I don't understand what happened. And I'm sick and tired of apologizing for my anger. I'm tired of people rolling their eyes at me. I'm tired of the excuses, the comparisons, the graphs, the infighting. I'm tired of so much of it, and the sad part is I know other true patriots that are also tired and weary, being so busy fighting within our own circles that there's no time or energy or concern to fight the true enemy. And things are happening and being ignored because so many people are so busy just trying to pin each other against a wall. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I want us to come together and focus and make a plan and execute it. There are Christians all over the world being beheaded. You can say what you want about Christianity, one way or another. I could care less. But if it was any other religion, it would be considered a travesty. And suddenly, in literally the last decade or two, we've gone from a compassionate culture to a culture that claims compassion while being the most judgmental, rude, and vindictive culture I've ever imagined. The Antichrist, theoretically, the Antichrist is here, and it's this culture. It's every complacent motherfucker out there. It's every asleep sheeple sucking down their fluoride and their GMOs, taking their immunizations and their flu vaccines, getting all drugged up and having the brain stop firing so they don't think while they watch Say Yes to the Dress shows. God damn it, people. And sometimes, you know, you feel like you're just by yourself. And you get this little bit of hope that there's, you know, somebody else out there that gets it and that wants to stand and fight with you. But all they want to do is fight with each other. I'd rather sit and talk and hang out with a sheeple who doesn't know anything that's going on, who could care less, because at least they're not two-faced about it. than for being in the presence of somebody that claims to give a damn and to be a patriot and be seeking out the truth, while all they're doing is stabbing at another patriot. I'm sorry I'm a little emotional. I don't know what else to do at this point. I keep my mouth shut. I watch the squabbling. Like, days go by and I don't hear people say one thing that matters or do one thing that matters. But they spend an awful lot of time with drama bullshit. And we're never going to win like that. We're never even going to have a chance. I would say out of all the people that I've met along this journey the last several years in the Patriot movement, I could count on one hand, and I wouldn't even use all my fingers. I could count on one hand the people that I would trust my life to, and that they could trust me with their life. Less than 5 people that I believe would be standing there on a front line somewhere, passionate, who could see past and beyond little drama insignificancies, who actually understand and get the truth of what's going on, and who give a damn. And that scares the shit out of me. Especially when I realize that this handful of people each have such separate and different lives that they can't even be brought together more than once in a while. So, I suppose that to me, my frustration today comes from the fact that all is lost. All is fucking lost. I'm going to keep bitching about it. I'm going to keep waving my sign. I'm going to keep getting my ammo and preps and everything I can to be ready. I'll still be willing to do everything I've always been willing to do. But I don't really see any hope. I don't see any hope. And I guess the only thing I really can say about that is I'm sorry to my children and my grandchildren. I'm sorry. We lost to a bunch of drama queens and liars. Even though a handful of us wanted to try. So, anyway, it's Frida reporting for the Patriot Movement.